Hello everyone! Good morning! It's a Sunday! At dahil nagigising ko lang, mag-vlog tayo today. This is me again, Joy Fajardo, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. For today's video, I'm gonna show you how you will do the WES online, how you'll make the payment, and some tips on how you will send your documents, and so on and so forth. After you've done your research on what are the possible pathways you can use to migrate here to Canada, you will realize that one of the most common requirements will be the ECA, or the Educational Credential Assessment. What happens is the educational institution where you have graduated or where you have studied in will send your credentials to a certificating board such as WES or World Educational Services, so that they can assess what is the equivalent of your years of studies in your country as compared to here in Canada. It's very simple. You can just do it by yourself. Just follow this easy and quick steps. To do is go to this website. It's wes.org. There is this sign in and get started button here. Of course, if it's your first time to send them your credentials, you'll click the get started for new applicants. Here are our simple 3-step evaluation process. The step 1 is to submit your application and receive your WES reference number. Step 2, read our document requirements and send in your documents. You must indicate your WES reference number that you got from here, the WES reference number here, on all the documents sent to WES. That's their reference. And step number 3 is we verify your credential, create your report, and deliver it to your recipient. Let's click apply now. Since we're going to be using it for immigration to Canada, we'll click Canada, select an application for higher or continuing education, licensure, and employment. Select WES standard application. For immigration purposes, which is the one we need, select the Educational Credential Assessment application for Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship Canada. Note that WES does not evaluate occupational or trade qualification. We'll go to ECA application for IRCC. WES requires a separate account for each individual applying for credential evaluation. So if you and your spouse will come here to Canada, you'll have to create 2 separate sign-up or accounts. Let's do this. So your first name, your second, middle name, Barcelona, Fajardo. Your year of birth. Hindi ako 1987. Okay. I just randomly picked the birthday, so yeah. Do you have WES reference number? I don't have because it's the first time. That's why I'm gonna sign up so I can get that reference number, right? For the email address, let's put as 1231231. Re-enter the email. Don't do that. So for the password, the requirements are it has to be 8 to 16 characters, 1 uppercase, 1 lowercase, 1 number, and 1 special character. Do not include spaces. It's very simple instruction. You just have to follow it. Security question. So you can use or you can choose from a series of security questions from here. Your mother's maiden name, favorite book. When you subscribe to the WES newsletter, you'll get access to articles, blogs, upcoming events, and other resources related to studying or finding a job in the US or Canada. If you haven't found a job, might as well just subscribe. Who knows, you can use it. For me, there's no harm in accepting this. It's because it's just a newsletter. You don't have to pay anything for it. And you'll get more details for yourself. So all the details are here. I'm a female. Your mailing address, so where you're currently living, I guess. Or if you're living on a boarding house or what, it's probably safer to just send it in your home address. I mean, yeah, in your home address. So, I don't know. So you just have to fill in all the details. You have to always try and double check all the details. So I'm just filling it up just for the sake of having it filled. But for you, you have to really double confirm that all the details are correct. The PO box, the street, the city, your postal code, it's very important. If you're from whatever country, you have to include the country and the city codes. That's it. We just have to click next. What credentials have you earned? So if you have complete less than 1 year full-time post-secondary studies, WES recommends that you also include your secondary educational credential. It's very simple. If you only finished less than the first year of your college or university degree, then might as well include your secondary. Good thing they include this now, because last time they just ask you for your secondary irregardless. Each individuals must complete a separate WES application. It's the second time that they pointed it out. I guess there are a couple of incidents where two people use one form. That's wrong. Credentials added for other individuals like spouse will not be included in your WES evaluation report. That's clear, guys. So you just have to follow what they say. Don't try and include your spouse credentials. Only completed degrees or diplomas can be evaluated for the IRCC application. WES does not evaluate occupational study, trade qualification, short-term professional development programs, or work experience. If part of your study for this credential was completed at the Canadian institution, please also indicate Canadian study on a separate entry. Please note, while WES does not evaluate Canadian credentials, we do need this information to complete your evaluation. So let's add the credentials. If you only finished less than the first year of your university or college degree, you have to include your secondary credentials. Number 2, do not include your wife, your spouse credentials on one form or on one envelope. They will not do your spouse one. And also, if you graduated or if partially you have studied in Canada, you have to inform them by adding another credential that would say what are the details of what you have studied here in Canada. They won't assess Canadian credentials anymore, but they need these details to make sure that your assessment is accurate. After I added credential, you will see here country of education, so wherever you have studied, higher education or secondary, name of institution, let's say name of the diploma or certificate. If, say for example, it's a bachelor in science or bachelor in accountancy, your first given name, it says here that it should exactly be as it appears on your credential. So if you are now married, you still have to use what you've been using while you're studying. So if it's your maiden name, in other words. Okay, so for the field of study, last time I left it blank. It's because the major is here already. Select the year awarded. So say for example, you graduated in 2011. And then years of study, years attended. So if say you attended, did I say year awarded is 2011. So let's work back, 27. So I'll have to save. So the first detail is here. Now, if say for example, you have studied 2 years on this, 2 years from here in Canada, you have to input it here. Now, if say for example, you have graduated you have finished only less than 1 year of your university, as we've mentioned, you have to add in another credential for your secondary education credential. Okay, so assuming it's a 4-year course that you have finished, then you only have to click next. And then all the details are here. You just have to make sure that they are correct. This is important. Please add the immigration institutions you want your report to be sent to. You may only add institutions from our pre-approved list. Each institution you will add results in an additional $30 plus shipping and handling. Note that IRCC, formerly CIC, is added by default. This is a mandatory recipient and cannot be deleted. If you plan to apply for a provincial nominee program in Canada, please add the program as recipient. You can also add PNP recipients later. Since we're going to be using it to IRCC, this one cannot be deleted because they really need it. So at the end of the day, they need to receive it, so just put it there. Now for the PNP, they say here that you can add the program recipient as a recipient. so that they can receive a copy of your credential. But for us, we never added it in because we don't know that we're going to be under PNP. Afterwards, when we submit our documents to the province, they actually accepted the ECA copy that we sent them. So it means that it didn't came from WES, we just send them a copy. Maybe they verified somewhere, I'm not so sure, but they accepted it for here in Prince Edward Island. So we no longer need to pay another $30 plus shipping and insurance, or shipping and handling. Next, so the standard processing time to receive a completed WES application or evaluation report is 35 business days. After receipt, review, and approval of all documents, and payment in full. If additional research, correspondence, or verification is required, the evaluation will take longer. So it's very important to make sure that all the details, all the credentials you will submit don't have any issue, so that it will not take longer than 35 business days. We don't want to waste our time just waiting for this WES, you know. For the available evaluation package, this only tells you what's included in the package that you'll be paying. So it includes the ECA report provided to you online in PDF. It also includes ECA report accessible by the IRCC. It also includes an official paper report. Additional shipping and handling fees apply, of course, if you want to send it elsewhere again. And then an electronic storage of your report and verified transcript for future use. So they never mention a specific date or span of time that they will keep your records, but they do say that they will keep it for your future use. So you don't have to do it the second time around. And you have to pay $220 for it. If you want the standard no tracking, it will be $10. But if you want the one with tracking, and it uses international courier, UPS, or TNT based on country, that will be $85. Since I already paid $220 for the evaluation, I just felt like, why not, you know, track it? Because it's quite expensive anyway. And if I want to request for another one because it's lost along the way, do I have to pay another $30 for it? So I just feel like it might seem odd to do that, especially if you're sending it to Philippines. I opt for the $85. Your ECA report will be delivered electronically to IRCC. Click next. Okay, so now here's the detailed instruction on how you will request, on how you will send the documents going to WES. All documents listed below must be sent to WES for evaluation report. Upon receipt and review of your credentials, WES may require additional documentation. If so, we will contact you. So for this first credential we added, so they need academic transcript. This is an official document issued by the institution you attended that lists all subjects taken and grades earned for each year of study. If you attended multiple institutions for one degree, only the last institution you attended sends your transcripts for that degree. If you attended 2 years on this institution and another 2 years on this institution and you graduated from here, they are the only ones who will send transcript. Anyway, the transcript from this final institution will still include the earlier grades you had from the other institution. What you need to do. Option 1. For completed, incomplete, and in progress study, ask the institution you attended to send your document directly to WES in a sealed envelope that is signed or stamped across the back flap by appropriate official at the institution. That's option 1. And then option 2, if the institution gives you the document to send to WES, it must be sealed envelope. If the envelope is open or there is no stamp or signature across the back flap, WES cannot accept the document. So it should be sealed. There is a stamp on the flap with a signature or a signature. It's either or, so that's fine. Download and complete the top section of the academic report request form. This form will help you request your documents. For completed programs, the academic transcript must indicate the degree, conferral date. If you have completed less than 1 year full-time post-secondary academic study, WES highly recommends that you also send your secondary school documents. When you complete this application, you will receive a WES reference number. Enter your WES reference number on all envelopes and correspondence. WES is not responsible for documents that arrive without a reference number. Documents that arrive in our office without a reference number may encounter processing delays. Do not send original documents unless specifically requested by WES. All documentation received becomes the property of WES and cannot be returned. So these are the details of how you will send the documents. And then we just click next. Okay. So you have to review all the details here again, which we have keyed in. Make sure they are all correct. So here's the summary of what we have to pay. $85 for the courier, and another $220. Applicant acknowledgements. I authorize WES to verify the authenticity of my documents with the issuing institution. I certify that the information I am submitting is accurate and authentic. I have read and accept the world, blah blah. I agree and submit all the documents as required. You can, it's better for you to read the terms and conditions and everything else before you even click on this. Okay, please confirm your name, date of birth before proceeding with your application. Please review the information you entered for your name and date of birth. The information below is how your name and date of birth will indicate on the final evaluation report. Once your official academic documents are reviewed, WES will indicate the name and date of birth as it appears on the document, and discrepancies will be identified. Requests to change your name or date of birth after your application has been submitted will not be honored. Check all the details. I confirm, blah blah blah, and then you click on confirm. This selection below will determine your eligibility to pay HST. It is mandatory in Canada, this combination of the federal goods and service tax and provincial sales tax. I'm not a resident. Continue. This is the part where we have to make the payment. So please review the summary of your fees below. So we reviewed it, it's $305. If you want to use credit card, check, and money order, you have to go to your bank for this. Western Union online money transfer. So you can choose whichever is more suitable for you. Last time what I used was a credit card, and then do I hit submit? All the details will show up here. So you have to put your name on the card, the name of the card that you'll be using. It can be a card that you don't own, that's fine. Billing address, whoever owns it. And then submit payment. After you submit payment and everything is good, they'll send you the reference number. There will be a form that they will send to you. It will say you have to key in your reference number, your family name, your first name. It's basically repeating what you have keyed in there. I don't know why, but it's like that. And this is the one. So the top part of the form will be for you to fill up. The bottom part of the form is for the institution. It's a request form, basically. What I did was, I know that it might be a hassle for the institution to send the documents themselves, for them to go to post office or whatever it is. I just felt like because it's a hassle for them, it might take them a while before they send it. To establish a faster pace on the process, I give them the form and I ask them to contact me. It depends on your institution actually. And then we ask them to contact us to give us a confirmation once it's ready, or to give us a date when it's ready, so that we can come back, we'll pick it up, we'll send it ourselves. I think it worked for us. It's because the process is a bit shortened. Also, you have to inform the institution of the urgency of your request. Most institutions are very considerate. If you need it urgently, they will do it fast. So even if you don't need it that urgent, I think you have to still inform them that you need it as soon as possible, just so they can help you prioritize it. I mean, if you don't need it urgently, then that's fine, but I feel like You just have to move things forward. If you keep on delaying and delaying things, it will just postpone your application here to Canada. So might as well do everything you can possibly do to make everything fast-paced. So that's pretty much it for me today. I hope this video has been helpful. So besides the point that I wanted to show you the actual process on how to apply or how to fill in the information for the WES, why I did it online is to show you that you don't have to be afraid to do it yourself. It's very simple. You don't have to be scared to type in your name, your contact number, your address. There is nothing complicated to that. You just have to be extra careful, because once you submit it, you cannot change the details again. So once you hit submit and make the payment and it went through, that's it. You cannot change it anymore. So you have to be extra careful. But besides that, there's no harm in you doing it yourself. I hope this video has been helpful for you guys, and thank you for watching. I'll see you on my next vlog. Bye!